Northern Illinois to the Mountain West? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It could happen. It could happen as soon as next week, and we're here to talk about it today. I am the Wild Ute, your professor, and I'm here with my main man, Nathan Bomber Brown. How you doing, Nate?
I'm doing great. How are we doing, you?
We're doing great today. So, on today's episode of Wild Ute University, we're talking about Northern Illinois, NIU, and the possible move over to the Mountain West. So we're going to read some updates on what's going on there. We're going to look at the geography, talk about why it might make sense, and then also talk about another candidate for the Mountain West that no one's really talking about and hasn't talked about for a few months, but might get back on the radar here. We're going to go down the speculation zone, and let's jump right into it. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So, do you want to read this, Nate?
Sure, I'm happy to. Brett McMurphy put this tweet out. Breaking Northern Illinois board on Tuesday. This is this coming Tuesday. Expected to accept offer to join the Mountain West as a football-only member in 2026. Industry sources said. That means he's been leaked this information. The addition of the MAC's most successful program gives Mountain West 9 football schools stretching 4 time zone, which I think is critical, right? That
Absolutely,
time zone thing is a
100%.
major part of this. NIU expected to receive substantially more revenue in the Mountain West than in the MAC. NIU considering several options where its non-football sports will play, adding NIU and football plus Grand Canyon and UC Davis as non-football members are final pieces of Mountain West's expansion, sources said. So Brett McMurphy's telling everybody he anticipates this vote to be happening. I believe it's Tuesday, and we'll have to see if it actually gets passed.
We'll do it here. Here's another tweet, too, that came out late in the day. This one's from Chris Fanini. News. Northern Illinois will join the Mountain West as a football-only member in 2026. If, here's the big if, its Board of Trustees votes on Tuesday to approve the $2 million fee. The expectation is the vote will pass, but sources cautioned it's not done until it's done. Right. As we know in realignment, it's not done until it's done. But also in realignment, we know this. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And if it doesn't happen today, it might happen tomorrow, i.e., look back at Oregon and Washington at the Big Ten. Didn't happen day one, but it happened day 40, 50, 60, 70. There was smoke there. So let's take a look now. Let's just think about this. And okay, here we go. So right now, we're 9 Mountain West schools if NIU is added, okay? And why this makes sense for the Mountain West? Like, why do you think, Nate? Like, what's the big win for the Mountain West and adding NIU to it?
I think it has to be geography has to be number one. Not only are they a well-respected program in the MAC right now, that's the Mid-American Conference. It's the time zones. And as we know, most people are on east of the Mississippi. That's where most of your eyeballs are. So you're getting into this what would that be? Central and Eastern time zone is a critical step for the Mountain West Conference to stay alive as a viable sort of G6 program that can get in there and put a school potentially in the CFB like Boise State.
100%. It's the 4th time zone. Getting that 4th time zone with a brand like NIU, who's been in big-time football games, like been in BCS level games in the past. The people know that brand, and they're currently hanging out over in the MAC and everything. So it does make sense from a time zone perspective to put more slots in the time channels and stuff to improve the media deal for the Mountain West Conference. That's why this is happening. This is going to be football only at the moment. Could be all sports one day, but it looks like the Mountain West is trying to drive the football only part of this, but it's mainly driven by the time zone and the prior historical football success. And it makes a lot of sense for the Mountain West. The Mountain West has lost and hemorrhaged a lot of good brands like your Boise States, your San Diego States, and this would be a nice boon too into a different time zone. So we'll see if it gets done. What are you thinking? Are you pretty confident that NIU is going to actually pull the trigger on Tuesday?
Well, our friend Moen, believes that this might be a ploy to get more money from the MAC or from the state of Illinois for operations and whatnot. But if they were to join, I think it's a fantastic move for football only. The rest of the programs got to stay regional. They don't make enough money to cover the travel expenses for softball to fly to San Jose State. But football is where the money is. You know that as well as I do. It's like 3/4 or 80% of any media deal. So I think it's really important. They could end up getting out of this $4 to $6 million a year which is maybe double or triple what they're currently making. So yeah, that money's the lifeblood of this operation, and I think it's a great get for the Mountain West if they can do it.
Yep. And in the MAC, NIU is only getting a few $1 million a year. It would be a pay increase, most likely a pay increase going over the Mountain West. Exposure wise, it could be a wash. The MAC plays on Tuesday nights. There's MACtion football. We know people love it and everything. It's going to upset some people if they go over there and stuff. But the exposure, I would argue, playing the likes of UNLV, the New Mexico's Air Forces probably will be greater, and it probably will lift that brand even higher. And again, the payouts are going to be more, despite the increased travel costs and everything. If you move over to the Mountain West, I think that it makes sense for NIU. I think that it gets done. There might be some issues, you could say, in the local government there in Illinois to get done. There's been some discussion about that, but at the end of the day, I think cooler heads prevail and it gets done. And now let's talk about something that hasn't been talked about for a long time. Okay. So you can see on the screen here, y'all, there's a huge question mark around another school. And we are in the speculation zone. I'm saying this, we're not reporting anything, but something to look out for is Texas State. Texas State's hanging out over in the Sun Belt. And this kind of got passed over based on other realignment, other big stories and everything. Going to share an ESPN article here from a few months back. This was from October of 2024. And the article is Texas State ends Mountain West talks, stays in Sun Belt. And Texas State's talks with the Mountain West Conference have ended, with the program informing the Sun Belt Conference that it won't be leaving after the Bobcat program received a verbal offer over the weekend. And at the time of the Mountain West offer, the Pac-12 had also expressed Pac-12 had also expressed an interest in the Bobcat program, sources told ESPN's Pete Thamel. Though an offer there had not materialized as a member of the Sun Belt, the exit fee for the Bobcats to make a league change is expected to be $5 million. And goes on in the article. But here's the big takeaway, y'all. Mountain West offered Texas State just within the last 6 months in mid-2024 and offered a jump over when all this stuff was happening, when the battle of the Pac-12 and the Mountain West, and Texas State tried to leverage that to get a Pac-12 offer. Didn't materialize as of yet, but can Mountain West get back into play if it gets Northern Illinois? That is the conversation. What do you think about it, Nate?
Well, let's be clear. The Mountain West is currently negotiating its next media deal. So bringing in these schools now is for that reason, right? They're trying to build up that base, as many viewers, as many time windows, as many eyeballs as possible. Bringing in a school from Texas. Look, there's 30 million people in the state of Texas. There's a lot of people to watch football. And Texas State is an up-and-comer. They're investing in their infrastructure. And if I'm Texas State, I am waiting for that Pac-12 invite, because right now they need another football member. And Texas State's growing in value every day. As much as that time keeps ticking down, it's going to be a fight, I think, between the Mountain West and the Pac-12 at the end of the day. How long they wait, how long are these conferences willing to wait on Texas State to make a decision? I don't know. If I'm the Mountain West, I'm trying to get them. I even offer to pay their exit fee. Something like that over a period of time. It's $5 million. Just put it in the bank. Say this is an investment in our future. Come over now and try to get them immediately. If they do wait, and I'm the Pac-12, I think they have to be the next guy on the radar. If UNLV is not going to move, they got a huge check from the Mountain West. I would say that it would be Texas State to the Pac-12. So that's where we're at.
Texas State could be in the Pac-12 100% stuff, but if the Mountain West, you have to go after them again. You keep going after them. There's smoke before. Can you finish the deal, especially if you get NIU? Watch out for that, folks. Texas State is a hot commodity. They're probably going to end up in the Pac-12 or the Mountain West, and that's probably the next shoe to drop here in the near future and everything. We'll find out on Tuesday if this thing gets done. Nate and I both think that it does. We will find out, though, on the update. And any final words, Nate?
No, I would just tell everybody it's realignment time. We're back in the House settlement, all these other things. Stick with College Football Mafia Network, Wild Ute University, all these great shows that we put together and programs, because this is where you're going to learn stuff. You'll be the smartest guy at the water cooler the next day you go into work. And this is how you do it. Wild Ute University in the house.
Whoop, whoop. That's right. So if you like this video, leave a comment. We'll have a dialogue about it. Do you agree? Do you think Texas State? And do you think NIU get this done? Are we off base about this? You let us know. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, of course. And until next time, class is dismissed.
Peace.